All right, the Wall Street Journal reporting that the West is struggling to break China's dominance of the rare earth minerals that are critical for defense and green technologies. Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson joins us now. So, Congresswoman, China is mining like crazy. They're mining all the stuff we need for our high technology and all this green push, and they're fueling all the mining with coal, while we walk away from coal. This sounds like a national security issue to me. Is that how you view it?
Absolutely. Not only a national security issue, but this is about the livelihood of our economy here in the United States. And if we continue to rely on China, our adversary, for these critical minerals instead of mining for them ourselves, we are basically ceding our authority and supply chain for defense products, for innovation in the energy sector, as you mentioned. And again, as we just heard that report about our vulnerabilities in this country, we need a lot of those materials to help keep our critical infrastructure on the mend and safe for our consumers as well. So I see this as a huge national security vulnerability.
How much of that vulnerability is also connected to the large amount of Chinese nationals flooding our southern border?
Oh, absolutely. These two things are interconnected, right? So the Chinese are subsidizing their critical mineral mining to the tune of billions of dollars every year to try to undercut the United States. And then they're sending their single military-aged men across our southern border in droves. We just had someone arrested in Iowa, a Chinese national who had come across the border. So we know that this is happening, and every state is a border state. And in fact, we've seen an 8,000% increase in Chinese nationals from 2021 through 2024. So this is totally President Biden's doing. President Biden is the illegal immigration president. He is ceding authority to China, both on our southern border and with his economic policies. Look what he's done on EVs. That completely incentivizes Chinese companies, not American companies. Yeah. So again, we're ceding that authority. China could really flip the switch at any moment. You heard the mention of Volt Typhoon. So we have those vulnerabilities where we know they've hacked into our systems, and now we know that they have thousands and thousands of people here in the United States as well.
I am so glad you brought up hacking the system, Congresswoman, because the raw materials are one issue. The plants that they're sending across the border are another issue. But we're talking about AI in so many different realms now, and the vulnerability potentially of our grids and how China may be using or harnessing the power of AI for nefarious purposes. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. They are going to weaponize this technology against us. It's why it's so important that our China Select Committee is doing the work to kind of dig on where investments are actually going in China. It's why we've made the effort to get Heisai delisted from the NASDAQ, because they did an IPO here in the United States, a Chinese-owned company that has a huge market stake on LiDAR. Where do we think all those American taxpayer or American dollars are going? They're going right over to China to then fund technologies and development, not only of LiDAR, but of AI to be used against us. So these things are all interconnected, and I think here in Congress we certainly are aware of it, and we're trying to put pressure on the administration. It's why we've pushed back against this EV mandate that again incentivizes Chinese critical mineral manufacturing. And I think it's a little ironic here. You know, this climate agenda coming out of this administration, they want clean energy. China is not producing clean energy at all. They mine with slave labor, so they're putting kids to work, and then they're burning more and more coal every single day. So I just think it's a little short-sighted and, frankly, the wrong policy.
They power our infatuation with green with the dirtiest coal in the world, and somehow the left cheers about that. Congresswoman, we got to leave it there. Great stuff. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.